Doing a video today on compression fittings and how you use them to join up lines. Now, unfortunately, where I live, you can't use these on brake lines, but I'm going to do a quick video to show how the logic of them anyway. So over here, let's pretend we're underneath your vehicle. There's a 3/16 inch brake line. It's all rotted out. You cut out the bad line. You make yourself a new piece of brake line, like so, and then you got to join it up. So how are you going to join that up? That's where the device like compression fitting works. So what you got here, these units here make up the compression fitting. You got a nut, a compression sleeve, a union, then on the other side of it you got your other compression sleeve and another nut. So here's the logic. You get these lines nice and close together. You can bend them a little bit. You might have them, if you're under a spot where you might have a little distance like that to get your union in there, but you can bend your lines so that they're going to be nice and close, maybe 1/4 of an inch or so apart like that. So what you do is you take your nut, it's threaded on the inside there, slip it over your brake line like that. There's the other nut threaded on the inside. I did a video on making brake lines and flaring them, and here's the beauty of these compression fittings. You don't flare the brake line, and the big deal there is that a lot of times under a vehicle it can be pretty tough to get into certain spots with flaring tools. So anyways, there you got your two nuts facing each other like that. You got your new line over here, and you're the one that you're gonna join it to. You put your sleeve on there like so. You want to file the end of the brake lines down a little bit too, just to make sure they go on there nice and easy. Got your union. Push the union on like that. See how far it goes in there. When I'll usually put it out to the end of the line like that, and then just push the union on like so. Then you bring your nut down. Now what happens here is as we tighten this up, that compresses that sleeve in there and forms a nice tight fitting. So over on the other side, same deal. Put your compression sleeve on like so. We're under the car, we bring these two together like that. You bend your lines so that they're nice and tight like that, and they have a good seal there. Then you start tighten one up, tighten the other one up, hold your union in the middle there, and as you tighten each nut up, it compresses that sleeve inside and seals it off. Now in the case of this particular compression unit I'm using here, this compression fitting, we got a 7/16 inch wrench on one side and a 3/8 inch to hold that union. So you'll be holding that union and tightening it up. Now one thing you might want to keep in mind, this can be depending on what vantage point you're looking at this, if you're underneath a vehicle, it's the same old thing as far as tightening it up. You know, righty-tighty, clockwise to tighten, like so. That's clockwise there, but because you'll be looking at this other end here, clockwise on this side is actually going to be the other direction. So you're going to be tightening one wrench one way and the other wrench the other way. Okay, I absolutely hate doing a video where I talk about something but then don't actually show how to use it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use our compression fitting, put it on this brake line. Unfortunately, these things are not legal here in Nova Scotia where I'm at, but if you're in a place where they are legal, I'm going to show you how to use them. I'm actually doing another video. We're going to show the fitting. It's changing a brake line on a Pontiac Sunfire, and you'll see in that video the fittings that we have to use. It's a pain in the butt because I got to flare these ends here and put the other fittings on. It's a tough place to work at. But anyway, we're going to show you how to use this compression fitting. Okay, so file the end of your brake lines down a little bit, roughly a 45 on them. That'll make it easy for the sleeve and everything to go on. Maybe a little bit of sandpaper there. So then we take our nut and we're going to put the threaded end of the nut towards the middle on both sides there. So there's our threaded end. Slip that onto the brake line. This is 3/16 brake line, by the way. Then take your compression sleeve, put that on there. There's our compression sleeve there. Put that down to the end. Leave that there. Then on the other side, we're going to take our other nut, threaded end pointing this way. Slip that on. Take our other compression sleeve, pop that onto the end of our brake line there, to the end. Then we're going to take our joiner, start threading that on. Push that over. Take this end. And I bend them up a little bit to straighten them up here. Then I'm going to take my wrench, tighten up this side a little bit, tighten up that side, and go back and forth like that. Okay, so here I'm holding the fitting in the middle with one wrench, and over on the right side I'm pulling the wrench towards the camera to tighten that side, and over on the other side I'm turning the wrench away from the camera to tighten it over there. Okay, so I got brake fluid in the master cylinder there. Now I'm going to pop over here. We'll have a look at our compression fitting. I got my son in the car. Gonna get him to pump the brake. Anytime you're doing anything like this, you want to see if it's leaking. Always a good idea to put a dry towel or a pan underneath of it. Okay, there's their fitting. Tighten it up both sides, as you can see there. So that compression sleeve is going to be compressed now against the fitting there. And just for illustration purposes, I'm going to get my son to pump the brake. Go ahead and pump the brake there, bud. So he's pumping that now. There's no leak.